Well, welcome back YouTubers and toy train fans to another update of the Edge of Town layout rejuvenation or refurbishment. I wasn't so sure I was going to get a lot done this week. A little bit of a laissez-faire attitude, and I was waiting for things to come in. And as these things go, it all worked out for the best. My back orders started coming in. I started getting the urge to work on it again, and before you know it, boom, one thing led to another, and I was getting things done. Now these updates seem to be following a pattern in that every time I work on the layout, it's generally a little bit of structures, a little bit of scenery, and another toy train set. And that's what we have here today. I have to harken back to my base level supply classes that I used to teach in the Air Force, and where they taught us when you introduce your class or your subject, you tell them what you're going to tell them, then tell them what you told them. In other words, the intro, the body, and the conclusion. And that's kind of a hard thing to follow. And this is not a formal classroom by any means. This is just a fun hobby time project. But yep, this is what we're going to cover. We're going to cover structures, we're going to cover scenery, and we're going to cover another train set. So what have I done? What have I done? Okay, this is going to be tough. I put some more details on the freight platform. Well, let's go over here. Don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but down there is a cat. Now, let's see. This focus doesn't. There he is. A cat on its back, just sort of chilling. Over here, again, not sure if you're going to be able to see it. Just trust me, it's there. I found a Coke bottle, albeit kind of a large one. It would be like a 2-liter bottle. And it looks like it's spilled over, and there's another cat there licking its paws. You know, licking up all that juicy goodness. So I got a couple things done on that. Next thing, you notice the base is missing. You know, I was on the fence about whether I should put or leave the base on or off. But the way things turn out, the way this Plasticville Roadside Stand is made, overall it's better if I leave the base on. So I've started working on it. Started painting the details. That'll probably take me forever. There's actually a lot of little details that they include with this roadside stand. So that's in the works. Next, where are we? Okay. Bear with me. There we go. Now it has 2 sides. Now, one person suggested to scan the one side and then cut it out. I've been down this road before. See, there's a raised edge on this sign. And if you put this thing on a scanner, it'll be out of focus. All I did was I took a whole bunch of pictures, maybe about a dozen. I picked the straightest one I had, cropped it, put it in Photoshop, got rid of some smudges and stuff that were on the original sign, and printed out a couple of test shots, picked the one that fit, cut it out, and here we go. Sign now has, the Texaco filling station sign now has 2 sides to it, versus one side Texaco and the other side the name of the toy manufacturer, which was Tomy. Next, let's see here. The Mike's Train House signal tower or gate tower is lit up. Alright, I connected it. The connections aren't very pretty, and I don't think you can see them here, but anyway, the connections aren't very pretty, but you know what? If I did it perfectly the first time, I wouldn't have an excuse to film an update later. So anyway, it works. Let's just put it that way, it works. Then I'm experimenting on signage for the Plasticville passenger platform. Now here's what I was thinking. I was thinking to call this Deer Creek Lake. My memory being what it ain't, back in the 70s, I believe, yeah, 70s, my sister lived on the shores of a small lake in Wisconsin. And I could have sworn it was Deer Creek Lake. And I printed this sign out, and I did all this and did all that. Come to find out, it was a different lake. And how do I know that? Some pictures I scanned not too long ago, which showed the lake. Yeah, so okay. I'm going to change this, because I want to do a small homage to those times. And Deer Creek Lake is very close to what the real lake is, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until another installment. And so there you have it. This little area here of real estate is going to be Deer Creek, or Deer something. Like I said, I'll get to that later. The next thing is, I knew all along I was going to plant trees over here by the hill. That was a foregone conclusion. And I was thinking, what do you not see on a small layout? Well, you don't see very many stands of birch trees. You see pines all over, and you see deciduous, and you see all these other trees, but you don't see birch trees. So the best bang for the buck were these trees from Hecke, or Hecke, whatever, out of Germany. You get 10 trees in a package, and you pay, for the price of one package, you get 10 trees. And some manufacturers out there, and I won't say who, will charge you that same price for only one tree. And I got 10, and I bought 2 packages, so now I got 20. So all I did for the hill, hey, we have a visitor up there. Sasquatch. Alrighty. All I did with these trees is cut the base off and stick them in the hill. The trees here along the side, along with those deers, they have their bases still. Just easier to plant them that way. So we're going to leave it at that. Little bit of detailing on the lake. Geese, boy in a rubber inner tube, a twiddle, picnic bench. What else we got? Found my aminals. Got a couple dogs here on the old homestead. And yeah, like I said, I'm working on it slowly but surely. So there we have it. We have buildings, scenery, and now on to the train set. This was cool. I gotta say, I was enamored. I like that word. I was enamored of this set. K-Line by Lionel. It's the Santa Fe Steam Chief. And it has, as its motive power, K-Line's remake of the venerable Marx 333 engine. Okay, Marx made engines in numbers 333, 666, and 999. This was their large 333 engine. I have several of the K-Line versions of it, this being one of them. But what really sold me on this set was the beautiful livery of their cars. Now, I noticed something here. This car is on backwards. Doop! It's a combo, so it should actually be in this direction. Oh, let's see if I can do this without mucking everything up. Alright, okay. Of all the Santa Fe passenger cars out there, I think this is probably the single best rendition that I've seen. Most of them are the plain, silver type cars with a red stripe down the side. The addition of the second red stripe bordered in yellow is just, it just really makes the scheme pop. Absolutely wonderful. Alright, that's what sold me on the set. The engine is a nice rendition. It's got a red roof. Marx's, they didn't do a lot of detailing on their engines. Stripes maybe, but that's it. This one does have a stripe, a red stripe, and a red roof. It's got a Railsounds tender. Then it's got the combo car, dome car, and let's have to take it from this angle for the moment. The observation car. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, those were the only 3 cars K-Line made in this particular livery. It's a shame. I would love to have a super dome and some more coaches and a baggage car and you name it. It's absolutely excellent. However, it is what it is, and this consist, engine tender and 3 cars, is just fine for this tiny layout. So, now here's the other thing. Up until I got this set, I was using, I'm going to pull it out now, I'm going to reach under the layout. I've been using this old MRC throttle pack O-27. But for some reason, the electronics in this puppy didn't like that transformer. Couldn't get the bell, the whistle, couldn't get the bell to whistle. Yeah, exactly. You couldn't do anything. Couldn't get the whistle to bell. You couldn't get the whistle to ring or the bell to whistle. Yeah. It was terrible. You couldn't do anything. When I started it up, the train would literally jerk forward. I'd go, uh-oh. So something was amiss. So what I did is I took the power pack out of the set box from this K-Line's power, 120 watts, decent. It also has 2 accessory terminals in the back. That MRC, a little dark, no accessory terminals. It's strictly power to the track, and that's it. Now you see this light on? It's in here. Right now it's running at 12 volts, even though the light is rated for, I believe, up to 18 volts. The instructions say I can change the variable voltage on the accessory terminals by fiddling around with these buttons. I haven't done it yet. At night, when I turn the lights off, it looks just fine in here. There's light enough. So the only thing that's a little odd. This is why I was so confused. On this transformer, when I hit the whistle, the bell rings. When I hit the bell, the whistle toots. Yeah, it's okay. This is the Railsounds tender, and let's see how this operates. Let's give it a shot here. Okay, now it's going forward. I'm going to put it in neutral, and let's listen for the train talk, rail sounds, whatever. Okay, so I had it set a little too high. Okay, we'll call it a day for another installment of the Edge of Town refurbishment efforts. Oh, there was one thing I forgot. I talked about in a previous video how I run different trains, and because of it, you find out what works and what doesn't work, and it helps you to tweak the layout. Well, now this set here is made for O-27. Those cars are not long. There are certainly much longer cars out on the market, but even so, as they rounded this curve, the cars were bumping into and rubbing up against the counterweight on the gate. So the gate was too close. I had to drill new holes, move the gate over, and now we're fine. Alright, so again, a little bit of tweaking to the layout, and I'm sure I'll find more things to tweak. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this installment of the Edge of Town layout refurbishment. Hit like, subscribe, and leave comments. Thank you. Bye. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen. Sayonara. Adieu. Ciao. Bye, y'all.